This is OwlUp, where learning happens in minutes, not hours. For a deeper journey, explore all our courses at owlup.co. Now, let's dive in. Welcome to Chapter 1 of our series, Visionary Leadership, Crafting and Sharing Your Vision. In this episode, titled The Power of a Visionary Leader, we'll explore the core characteristics that define visionary leadership and how these traits can transform your approach to guiding others. So, let's dive in. A single sentence from a leader can be worth more than a multi-year strategy deck. In one tech giant, the business barely changed, but a new simple vision turned a tired workforce into believers, and the company's value multiplied. The products followed the story, not the other way around. Most leaders underestimate how much their words shape reality. Not in a mystical way, but in a deeply practical one. What you choose to describe in detail, people start to notice. What you repeat, people start to prioritize. A vision isn't just a slogan on a slide. It's the filter through which your team interprets every meeting, metric, and milestone. When that filter is fuzzy, smart people pull in different directions and call it misalignment. When it's sharp, even small, unglamorous tasks feel connected to something that matters. The surprising part? You don't need a global brand or a breakthrough product to do this. You need the courage to say, out loud, this is where we're going, and this is what we refuse to be. The clarity of that stance quietly rewires how your team chooses, argues, and ultimately performs. Visionary leaders don't just point to a destination, they change how time feels for their teams. A strong vision compresses the distance between today's grind and tomorrow's payoff. People feel like they're working in the future, not waiting for it. That's why research links visionary leadership to faster pivots and higher resilience under pressure. When reality shifts, the story doesn't collapse, it updates. Think of how a great coach reframes a losing season as the foundation for a title run. Suddenly setbacks are data, not doom. The same role is available to you, even if your team is 3 people and a shared spreadsheet. A useful way to approach this is to stop thinking of having a vision as a single lightning bolt moment and start treating it as a design problem. What future are you trying to make feel inevitable to your team? Research on transformational leadership gives 3 practical ingredients you can work with: direction, meaning, and evidence. Direction is the bold, forward-looking where. Meaning is the why this matters, especially to us. Evidence is the here's how you'll know we're actually moving. Weak visions skip at least one of these, which is why they sound impressive and change nothing. Look at Nadella's move at Microsoft. Empower every person and every organization on the planet to achieve more wasn't just poetic. It quietly rewired choices. Suddenly, products were judged by how well they empowered others, not just how dominant they were. That gave engineers and managers a simple test they could apply without waiting for orders. Your team needs something similar, a phrase or short paragraph that lets them quickly sort ideas into on the path or off the path. The mistake many leaders make is trying to cram everything into the sentence itself. The words are only the visible tip. Underneath, visions leaders build a small, consistent story system. The examples they spotlight in all hands, the behaviors they promote, the trade-offs they explain out loud. Over time, people infer, oh, that's what we're serious about. The vision becomes less of a poster and more of a pattern. Here's where evidence comes in. A vision with no early proof points feels like wishful thinking. Jobs didn't unveil the entire Apple future in one go. He lined up a sequence of moves that each made the next step more believable. In your context, that might mean choosing 1 or 2 near-term initiatives that make your long-term direction concrete. A prototype, a pilot customer, a new capability hire. Think of your vision like designing an operating system for decisions. It should be light enough that everyone can run it in their head, and opinionated enough that it gives clear guidance when things get messy. A simple way to test your own vision is to watch what it changes in the small, boring moments. A founder I worked with ran a 20-person product team. Her vision wasn't about being number 1 in the market. It was a clear promise. We will be the product our customers trust with their riskiest decisions. Within a quarter, you could see the shift. Roadmap debates stopped centering on shiny features and focused on reliability and transparency. Engineers began pushing for better failure messaging instead of only performance gains. Support reps started logging not just bugs, but moments of doubt customers expressed on calls. Notice what's happening there. The vision quietly reweights trade-offs. In meetings, someone would say, "Does this make us more trustworthy with high-stakes use cases?" And half the options would fall away. Decisions sped up, not because there were fewer opinions, but because everyone knew which questions mattered most. Boards are quietly shifting from asking, "Can they run this?" to "Can they reimagine this?" As AI, climate risk, and demographic shifts collide, the leaders who thrive will prototype futures, not just defend forecasts. Expect selection panels to probe how you connect seemingly unrelated trends and test your ability to narrate consequences, not just goals. Careers will tilt toward those who treat vision like a living product, iterated, user-tested, and regularly relaunched. Treat your vision less like a tagline and more like a prototype you're constantly user-testing with your team. Notice where it bends, where it breaks, and where people light up. Over time, the rough sketch turns into a shared blueprint, with everyone holding a piece. That's when your leadership stops directing traffic and starts shaping the terrain. To go deeper, here are 3 next steps. 1. Block 90 minutes this week to read the Vision chapters from Vivid Vision by Cameron Herold and rewrite your company's 3-year future story in a shared Google Doc you'll review with your leadership team. 2. Grab the free painted picture vision script templates from Michael Hyatt's site, or use Notion's company vision template, and turn your high-level vision into 3 concrete bets for the next 12 months. Then post them in your team's Slack #strategy channel for feedback. 3. Watch Satya Nadella's Empathy and Innovation interview on YouTube, and using Loom, record a 5-minute vision clip for your own team that clearly explains where you're going, why it matters, and what will be different for your customers in 3 years. This was OwlUp, your daily step forward. To keep learning with structured courses and more insights, go to owlup.co. Until tomorrow!